Hello and welcome back to another stream. So this one's a bit different. Today, if you couldn't tell, no gameplay for now. Who knows, we might load up Stardew anyway. Yeah, today we're ranking every Stardew character. I'm just gonna wait a few minutes, but then we'll get started. As you can see, there's more than every normal character we can talk to. There's people like Gil, the bouncer, Grandpa. We'll get through all of them. Some of them might be quick, others might have a whole debate, but it's all good. Oh, hi, Blair. How's it going? How are you doing? How's your day, my love? Just gonna wait a few minutes, Blair, before we start, just to give people a chance to join. Neutral? Oh, I'm doing good, thanks. Yeah. I have just a bit of a hectic day, but it's all good. I had a very fun time. Just very busy, but yeah. Well, hopefully, I don't alarm you with my choices. Yeah. We'll see how it goes, but hopefully this makes you feel a tiny bit better. I'm sure it won't. I won't be surprised if this takes a while. For a second, I was looking for Shane and I couldn't work out where he was. Yeah. Okay. We'll wait one more minute and then we'll get a start on it. Just give a few more people to join. You know, another person maybe. Yeah, it's all good. Um, just a disclaimer: this will be my own opinions, but I will happily listen to other people's arguments because it's not like my opinion matters at the end of the day. So I will happily listen to everyone else's thoughts on people like Sebastian. Look at Sebastian. To be fair, we could do it random. Like, we could do a random name generator and then just go from there. Or we can literally just do it alphabetically. I think alphabetically works better. Um, Saying that, it'd probably be more interesting if we did change it up a bit. But it's fine. We'll try and rank between every category as well. We will rank in between. I've not actually used tiers before. Oh, that just rearranges tiers. Can you add more tiers? Oh, you can add a row. Okay, that's good. It's good to know. Right. Okay. We'll get started. Who should we start with first? We could randomize it, or we can go in alphabetical order. Anyone have a preference? AKA Blur, do you have a preference? Do you ever go through it in alphabetical order, or just go into it? You know what? Let me. I don't want to open a new tab just in case. If I open one new tab, that overwrite it? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's random wheel generator. You know what? I'm gonna have to literally type out everyone's names. That's fine. Wait, random list. There we go. Let me type in every player's name. Oh, okay. You'd rather go alphabetical order? Yeah, sure, we can do that then. Right. That's fine. Hopefully, I don't scroll too much because there are a lot of ads all over this website and I've carefully cropped them all out. Should be fun. Okay, right. So, first one we're talking about is Abigail. Now, hear me out. Abigail isn't exactly like my favorite person in the world, but I mean, I feel like she is definitely one of the better females on the board. Like, I probably wouldn't marry her, but I would argue she is probably a solid, at least an A tier. I could honestly even see Abigail as a S tier as well. Obviously we can rearrange it at any point, but I'm tempted to put her S tier for now just because she's a gamer. She likes adventuring, you know. She eats flowers, you know. Sounds like a dream girl. Um, downsides. Her father's Pierre. That ain't good. She's a bit rebellious, you know. Her parents are just looking out for her, and she kind of treats them like crap. But I guess any teenage daughter would do that. Oh, from 5 I got 2 grades back today, and both were for 10, so fourth. Ah, nice, well done, Blur. Uh, maybe she's an A. She's maybe an A to me. Yeah, I would happily put her in an A tier for now. We can go back to it. I do like her cutscenes, or the ones that I am aware of. Like I like the one where she just plays in the forest, like her instruments, and I like the gaming one, even though Journey of the Prairie King is actually such a terrible minigame. For now we'll put her in A tier, just because obviously at the end we can rearrange things. But I think for now, yeah. Abigail's definitely at least a solid A. I don't think she should go anywhere below. Alex. Right. So like I said, this is all based on personal opinion. And I will listen to other people. That being said, I'm putting him in S for now. We can come back to it. And I've just realised we should probably make an F tier. Even though we don't have a D tier. Wait, add a row below. And then we'll edit this one. We'll just make a straight up F tier. The spoiler alert, a G tier. Even worse. There will be one that's there, at least. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah. The reason why I'd argue Alex is S tier is because he has a very sad backstory. In the sense of, you know, he had an abusive father who was like always drunk, shouted at his mum, and his mum had to basically raise him all on his own. And then she died. Like, you know, that's already traumatic in itself. You don't like seeing him so high? Well, you know, yeah. He had a traumatic backstory, and then obviously he had to move in with his grandparents. So he already feels like, you know, a bit like not wanted really, and like already from like the fact that his dad was terrible to him. And you know, he has really I say depressing cutscenes, but like he has quite sad ones. Granted, I mean not all of them are that bad. Um what would I think as a one thing I'd say about Alex is the fact that he is kind of rude to you at the beginning. Like, you know, he very much is just like, oh, hi, you. Doesn't learn your name till like the third cutscene. Granted, I mean, like, I know we didn't do it in my gameplay one, but his cutscene with his mum, well, when he's on the beach, like, mourning his mum, that is actually a very emotional scene. It's a very sweet scene. But, I mean, that's why I'd put that in S tier, just because, you know, I feel like there's a lot of baggage there. I will say, obviously, you know, he's a bit of a meathead. You know, that's why we love him, you know? He's chill. And like obviously he talks a big game, but if you marry him and stuff like that, I mean, obviously that's another thing. Out of the people here, I think I've married Alex and Sam before. I haven't actually played that many routes. So I won't be able to like, you know, come up with every route, which might skew things. Yeah. So it goes. Yeah. I would put him at S tier just because I feel like I've played enough playthroughs with Alex to understand where he's coming from in certain situations. And yeah, I think his backstory is interesting. And he's quite sweet. He is a pain to get gifts for. The fact that he only loves complete breakfast and salmon dinner is actually annoying as hell. It's fine. Yeah, we'll come back to him. Um, the bouncer. Right. I mean, he's kind of a nothing character. Do we just put him on D? Like, he's just rude. Straight up. But he's not, like, bad. He's just doing his job. Is there really much to him? I mean, he kind of just stands there doing nothing. He's literally just an obstacle. Um, do we want to put him anywhere else? I mean, I can't really argue him for being C. C's kind of like you're a passable character. He's definitely not a passable character. They should add if he had more dialogue or more to him, except just saying like dot 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 the whole time, then it'd be great. But yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. If the bounce had some angsty backstory, it'd be great. But I don't think he's necessarily a terrible character because I mean he's just doing his job. Yeah, and he doesn't do anything wrong. It's just he's there. He literally does nothing. Give Jake angst backstory, then Jake likes it. I mean, yeah, honestly, I do like emotional backstories or somewhere where the character grows or something, you know? Okay, Caroline. Now hear me out. I don't think she's the most entertaining person in any way. She's very much chilling, living her best life. But that's kind of what makes her iconic. Like, obviously, in the playthrough that we've done, she's our best friend, essentially. Well, she was our best friend for the longest time. I think it's a bit different now. I think Robin's technically our best friend. I'm trying to think, because overall speaking, I do think she's on the lower end. Maybe, like, high C. However, I kind of want to bump her up to a B just because of the recent gameplay we've done. Because, like, you know, it was so easy to get Caroline to Tad Hearts, and she's very nice to us. Treats us well. She invites us into a tea room. And, you know, she had to settle with Pierre. You know, that's already hard in itself. Granted, I will say, the fact that she marries Pierre, kind of a red flag. Like, girl, I question your life choices. Um, I'd also say the fact that I don't know, does she cheat on Pierre with the wizard? Like, is that canon or is that just a theory? Either way, I mean, if you're with Pierre, you're unhappy, and like he literally keeps a stash of things as a secret from her. I feel like she deserves better. However, do we condone cheating? No. I'm trying to think. Realistically speaking, I can't give her an A. B, I could push probably a low B, high C. I'm gonna put her at a B for now. That might be controversial. I feel like she deserves a bit lower. She is kind of boring, but I mean, I like her personally. And Clint. I'm trying to think of good things about Clint. I feel really bad for him because of the Emily situation, but he's very much a wet wipe that will never have the courage to ask Emily. And I remember talking about this on stream, but it's really awkward in the sense of like, if you don't pick Emily, you know for a fact Clint never gets her anyway because, you know, she's always going to be a playable option. So Clint's just always chasing around Emily, even though it's never going to happen. And if you do get with Emily, it's just weird. Oh, hi Paloma, welcome back. How are you doing? But yeah, okay. So he creeps around Emily, no matter what the situation is, unless he ends up with Emily, it's weird. And even then, that's weird in itself. This might be headcanon, but I heard that she and her split up, then she got pregnant with a wizard, and then she got back with Pierre, and she never told Pierre. Okay, I know we were talking about Clint, but maybe we could visit Caroline again. If they broke up, and then she got pregnant, and then got back together, I don't mind putting it in B completely, because obviously the whole point was that we were depending on B and C. However, if they weren't together, then she didn't cheat at all, then that's fine. We can go with that. I is Clint bad enough to put in an F tier? Is my thing. Because can I say he's worse than the bouncer that does nothing? Because the bouncer does nothing, but he doesn't affect me in a negative way. Every time I see Clint ask for 35 copper, I just get annoyed. I'm like, he adds nothing. He just mopes around all day. His shop closes way too early, 9 to 4, and what does he do? He then just sits in his house for a bit, and then goes to the pub and then mopes around saying that he hates everyone. Well, he doesn't hate anyone. He's that he's lonely. I think that's his main thing. The fact that he always goes on about how lonely he is, and like, oh, I wish I could get with Emily, and then never attempts to. Well, that's a lie. He does attempt to. He's just always nervous, which I respect. You can get very nervous when it comes to someone you like. But also, I swear Clint's supposed to be, like, quite old. I am tempted to put Clint on F tier. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe D tier, but F. I'd say lower D anyway. So maybe just to keep it even for now, we'll put him in F tier. Okay, I'm glad everyone agrees so far. I say everyone. I'm glad you two agree at the moment. But yeah, I just don't think he has enough good. Can anyone name any good quality about Clint? I guess he helps you with tools, But once you get the geode presser, you don't need to talk to Clint ever again. Yeah, he gives you bars every so often. Not like rap bars, like actual metal bars. Yeah, I'm tempted to put Clint there just because I mean the bouncer's not great, but he doesn't affect me negatively or make me annoyed. Clint makes me annoyed. I feel like by that I have to put him below the bouncer, right? Oh, we can come back to it. Demetrius, right. I don't like Demetrius because he's kind I know he's protective about his daughter, but that one cutscene you get with Maru, where he basically threatens you, right? He's like, no one better hurt my daughter or else. And you're kind of just, you have to lie about it. You either have to say, nah, my dad's being a creep, which is like, yeah, everything's fine. Like, it's kind of, that already puts you off on a bad note. However, I kind of like his marriage with Robin. Like, they definitely work well together. Obviously, he's Maru's dad. He's very protective of her. I think their relationship's sweet, and I think it's cool that they both decide together. For consistency, I could put him in a C tier. I am tempted to put him on D tier above Bouncer. Um, I mean, he's almost kind of nothing to me. And unlike Caroline, who, I mean, in general isn't exactly the most thrilling person, I've not had a connection with Demetrius in the Let's Play that we've done recently either. And like he says two big words for me. I'm not smart, so I don't understand half of it. So it's kind of just like nodding along. The amount of times we've had to like skip Demetrius' dialogue is actually alarming. Yeah, and I mean, again, I appreciate the fact that he does his research for the Valley, and I think it's cool he does that. However, I would say he probably leans lower end of C, maybe D. I feel like Demetrius doesn't like Sebastian very much. Yep, you know what? D. Nah, to be fair, to keep it even, we'll put him in C for now, but I do think Demetrius is a low C. Maybe even a D. Okay, right. Okay. The dwarf. What do we feel about the dwarf? Because I remember saying this yesterday. I don't know how I feel about him just because it's so much effort to walk like 10 extra steps just to talk to this dwarf guy. And I feel like I've never actually gotten a relationship with the dwarf that often. Like, I know for a fact, like, obviously they have that war with him and Krobus going on. Well, the shadow people and the dwarf people. And from what it sounds like, his whole family was massacred, or unless I'm remembering it the wrong way around. But yeah, I mean, you already feel sorry for him in that situation. Let me just drink something. Oh, my throat's gonna be so dry after this. Ugh. But yeah, I mean, I think the dwarf's cool. It's annoying that you have to get all the squads to talk to him. Like, I need to know more about the dwarf's backstory. I think I want to say he's nicer than Demetrius. Demetrius is just he's not rude. He's very nothing to me. But also like, will I ever go talk to the dwarf voluntarily? Like, if I walk past Demetrius, I'll probably speak to him. I won't go out of my way to speak to the dwarf. Don't get me wrong. I won't go out of my way to speak to Demetrius either. But I'm more likely to talk to Demetrius. Does that make sense? Um, yeah, dwarf's probably a D. I could see that. I could see anywhere between Demetrius and the bouncer. I'm gonna put him in C for now because I think he's cool. I just think it's kind of annoying having to be able to talk to him because you only find him once. You have a high enough pickaxe and you get all the dwarf scores, right? So I mean, he's kind of a faff to get to, and even then, no, well, to unlock and even to get to, it's just a pain in the ass. Like, I mean, it's literally just 10 extra steps from the shaft, and I still can't be bothered to talk to the dwarf. And the amount, oh, I will say actually, this might move him down to a D. The amount of times that I've played Stardew Valley on console, and you are spam clicking through all of the dialogue, and you accidentally buy something from the store, is actually alarming. I don't know why. It's just the dwarf. Same. Actually, no, I lied. Krobus is the same. I have done it so many times with the dwarf to the point where it's kind of annoying. Obviously, the Let's Play we've been doing, it's all on PC, so that's not as bad. I can just click away. But yeah, I think. Can I justify that being a D? D is very much just you're there. and you add nothing. I mean, I feel like the the race war, the species war that happens between them, um, I feel like that gets him C. We'll leave him in C for now. Elliott. Okay, yeah, we'll move on. Okay, Elliott. Is it bad that I like Elliott, and I felt like I should attempt to like do a playthrough with him, but I can't be bothered. Like, I don't know. I think the fact that he lives in a shack on his own makes it really irritating to get to. And it's obviously always locked. But I do like the fact that he's a novelist and likes playing piano. Like, that's really cool. I will say, obviously that cutscene we had yesterday, I felt bad for him in the sense of everyone, like, I say everyone, most people left by the time he finished his reading. But it's cool that he did, a whole novel dedicated to me, essentially, and inspired by me. And, actually published it. I thought that was quite cool. I kind of want to put him in a B tier, but also, do I talk to Elliott enough? And do I like him enough to do that? I feel like he's very much on the same length as Demetrius. And you know what doesn't help? The fact that he's one of our last friends to get friendship with. Like, I think, who are they? There's Jazz, Pierre. I think it's Elliott and Ken, right? Is it? No, it's the wizard. Sorry, no, it's the wizard and Ken. I think Elliott was one of the the slower ones. I think he's better than Demetrius, which makes me want to put him at least here. I'm pretty sure. I haven't played it, but I'm pretty sure Elliott takes you on a boat at some point, like on a rowboat, and then like takes you on a romantic date. I like that. I think I'm gonna put him in B for now. I'm trying to think, cause like, do I talk to Elliott enough where I can justify giving him any higher? I like Elliott. I like Elliott more than Abigail. Oh, interesting. Well, I mean, obviously minus Alex. Well, that's our first disagreement. I mean, why would you guys say Elliott's higher? Like, I mean, he's okay. In my opinion, he's okay, and he's very nice to you. He's one of them ones who's always nice to you no matter what. Which I can't say for these two. But he's also, like, bland, I want to say. I mean, there are little moments of Elliott, like, when he gets drunk, when he, like, toasts with you. That's sweet. And his little interaction with Gus, where he's like, two alcoholic beverages, whatever they're called. And he's like, and then Gus is just so, like, whatever. Like, he's so annoyed. I do like that. But yeah, why would you guys say he deserves an A tier? Because I'm struggling to even put him in B tier, honestly. I'd consider putting him above Caroline. I'd have a hard time putting him in A. Sorry if you could hear me. Oh, my throat. I don't know. I could start Googling stuff. But I don't want to spoil the content that I don't have. Actually, you know what? For the Bachelors, we will do that. Because I guess that is a new dimension that I haven't seen. Like Abigail, I've never seen her cutscenes. Elliott, you know what? We'll revisit Abigail later on. Elliott, what's his cutscenes? Let me just read these quickly. Actually, I could load up the Stardew wiki. Let me try that. Oh, that's an incognito tab. Don't mean to do that. Let's hope this doesn't load up ads. Okay. No, okay, that's a very zoomed out. I kind of can't be. You know what? Can we zoom that out more? No. Okay. That's really badly labeled. I can't be bothered showing that. Just because I'm gonna have to recenter everything, so we'll leave it for now. Okay, right. So let's go through Elliott's cutscenes now. Elliott, where did you go? I just closed the tab. Okay, so apparently, Elliott's heart events, after you get to 8 hearts, well, 10 hearts, he asks you to join you on the dock and takes you on a rowboat. Yeah, okay, so that's the one we were talking about. And that's obviously when you get with him. Let's see. 14 hearts. He's on the front porch. He'll send a letter daily for a week. It's touring. Oh, he does a tour of his book signing. That's quite nice. Okay. I kind of like that, actually. That's cool that he does his own book tour. I am willing to put him above Caroline. I don't know. I feel like Abigail is an all-around safe choice. Is the thing. Pick something off about Abigail. I mean, I like the fact that she's a gamer. I like the fact that she likes hunting, and like going out and fighting. I don't like the fact that she eats my flowers. I know I joked about that, but when I gave her the sweet pea and then she just eats them, I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. You're supposed to take that as a friendship, like a present, but sure. And then just devours it in front of me. Um, I mean, I feel like I have to put her in A for now. We can come back to it. Yeah, I get what you mean. Let's see Abigail's hot scene actually, and then we can decide. Because honestly, this could change things. If her cutscenes are boring, then we could leave it. Okay, heart events. Um, okay, interesting. Apparently, oh, Abigail actually kills a monster. In your 14 cutscene, 14 heart cutscene. Oh, you get okay, yeah, you get attacked. You get attacked by a monster, and Abigail actually kills the monster for you, and then like saves your life essentially. That's pretty cool. That's I see. I think that's badass. The fact that she actually comes out and saves you. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I feel like that's really nice. What's her other cutscene? Oh, she shows you. She has a spirit board as well. Oh God, wait. Oh, she has a Ouija board though. Oof. She has a Ouija board. Okay, after nah. Um, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Actually, do I put her here? The more I look into it, the more I want to put Caroline above her. But then I feel like Elliott's better than Caroline. So does that mean Abigail just goes here by default? Hmm. I'm gonna leave her A. I am gonna come back to her. Emily. Nah. Ah. My first instinct is to put Emily here. But I feel like she's beta. And it's mainly just because I think she's annoying. But she's very nice. Like I was talking about with Elliott. They're both very nice people. It's just I feel like there's not a lot of content. Granted, I like her dance. I think it's very cute when she does her whole dance and her dream sequence. He obviously is one of them crystal girls, which I mean, that's a knock. But I mean, she's always nice to us. I don't think she's ever mean to you, which is really nice. I would say that's what makes her one-dimensional in the sense of, does she actually have any depth to her? Do we know that? Let me search it up again. Hmm. Emily, 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 Emily. Go. Oops, clicked on the wrong thing. Gifting. Just navigating through the wiki. Okay. Part event. We've had most of these. Heart. She invites you to the secret woods. Um. Oh. You go camping with Emily. She snuggles up with you. By the fire, and a bear comes out. What the hell? Um. And you guys have to share a sleeping bag. You know what? That's actually pretty cute, though. That's quite nice actually, I think. And then what else? What's her heart event? After completing the quest and wait 3 days, enter the farmhouse between 8 and midnight. Emily gives you a new outfit consisting of Emily's magic hat, magic boots, magic skirt, and a matching blue genie pants. Right. I think that's actually quite sweet, the fact that she snuggles up with you in a tent after camping. Okay, wait. I will say I think it's a bit dodgy how she keeps asking me to feel her dress, even though I'm married in the playthrough. I do think she can go high. You know what? No, all things considered, I say Emily's annoying. I'm willing to put an 8. I think she's pretty cool, actually. Again, quite annoying, but she treats us well, and she's nice, always sweet. Like we should respect Emily more. I take it back. You know what? Emily can go up at A. Okay. Well, Evelyn, yeah, also straight away to an A. Maybe even an A. Full on top A. If Maru is a minimum B, I'm a forfeit. Well, you have a long while to Maru now. Don't worry, James. But yeah, I think Evelyn should go A. I mean, I feel like I'm getting repetitive, but she gives us cookies. She's always nice to us, and she has to like constantly deal with George. And I like George, but imagine living as like basically looking after George. That must be painful, and she does all of that like perfectly fine. I can't remember. Is her daughter Alex's mom? Is that how it works? I can't actually remember like what way which mother is. No, I can't remember which one of the grandparents is Alex's mother, and which one's obviously like married one. Let me search this quickly. Let's go down the family tree. Okay, there we go. Actually, yeah, I don't know which one's which. Do we? Yeah, do we know which one is which? I can't actually remember relationships. Oh, okay. So Clara is Evelyn's daughter. Okay, so yeah, she's gone through a lot. Her daughter died at a young age where she had to raise a grandchild, and then her husband got blown up in the mines. I feel like she deserves A, maybe even S. Do I put Evelyn in S tier? Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Evelyn deserves S tier. She makes us cookies. She's gone through so much, and she shoots us so well. She looks after the flowers. Without her, Stardew would look crap. Actually, well, without her and my assistance, Stardew would look crap. So she deserves it, S tier. George, I mean, does George deserve S? Say A. Hmm. Does he deserve full A? I mean, he's very misunderstood. He treats you like crap in the beginning, but doesn't everyone, essentially. And then obviously the more you get to know him, obviously like that penny cutscene you have, that's quite like, you feel bad for him. He just wants to be able to do stuff himself. And then obviously same with the Harvey one. You know, doesn't want to have to be limited to everything. Just wants to, live his best life, which he can't, which is upsetting, I guess. I mean, I think it's funny that he just sleeps in a wheelchair. Like he doesn't even attempt to get into the bed. He just blocks Evelyn's way to the bed. I think that's funny in game stuff. But yeah. Also, I mean, it's very easy to get friendship with George. I feel like he's that old man that you don't really like at first, but eventually you get to know him, and it's like, oh, yeah, hot pepper knee, yeah, hot pepper knee man. He deserves it. I think he's a solid A. Is he better than these two? Debatable. We'll come back to it. Gil, I'm not gonna lie, I'd put Gil in F tier. Mainly because he's kind of rude. If you don't, if you haven't completed one of them missions, well, and one of them, what are they called? Guild quests. He's just rude to you. But, I mean, he's definitely D or F. I'm almost tempted to put him below Clint, in the sense of he does nothing like the bouncer. He annoys me just as much as Clint. So adding them both together, would that make him worse than Clint? So this Clint does something. Like, Clint goes around the town and actually does stuff. So, I feel like putting him at the bottom is justified, and he gives us crap rewards. Like, does he actually give you anything decent? I feel like he doesn't. Yeah, he's very much just there, and he's like, come back when you have something important for me. It's like, or, do it yourself. Yeah. It's, yeah, we'll go with that. Um, oh, you know what I've just realized? I haven't got the island people. The Leo, and the inspector guy and that woman with the like seashells. We can add them eventually. I don't actually know how you add new pictures to this, so we'll come back eventually, or we'll just note them down where they would be. Okay, but that's fine. We can leave Gil at the bottom. The governor. I mean, the governor's nice. I feel like we put him on top D. We could give him low C, maybe. He's just very sweet. I do think it's funny that, like, obviously you can literally ruin his whole year just by being like, oops, sorry. I put Mary Lewis's pants in there. Yeah, I feel like he's better than the bouncer. At least he does nothing, but at least he's nicer than the bouncer. I think D's a good spot for him. Grandpa, I mean, obviously Esther. Now, where does Grandpa go? I, I think he's very much like the governor, right? Maybe even lower than the governor. I think the scenes you get with him are quite nice, so maybe that bumps him up to very low C. I can't justify him putting him any higher. That's fine. I mean, like, and he's the whole reason why you go to Stardew. I guess that's another selling point. Like, without him, like, you wouldn't be there, quite frankly. I think C is a good place for him. Maybe even high D. I don't know. I'd say he's better than the bouncer for sure, obviously. Is he better than other people? I'm trying to think. I think he's fine. We'll leave him there for now. Okay. Gunther. Now hear me out. Gunther's very much like these guys. In the sense of he does nothing. However, Gunther's at least nice to you. And he actually treats you like a decent human. Obviously, I find it funny how he's always like, oh, thank you for your contribution to the museum, even though we basically make the whole museum. He does nothing of significance, which kind of annoys me. However, he gives you rewards for at least helping, so that's fine. I honestly want to put him in a B tier. He's not a playable character, which I mean, not playable. He's not like a character you can actually interact with, which I think is weird. He should be able to just, actually talk to people. Yeah, do I put him above Demetrius? Gunther's never annoyed me. Demetrius has. I think that's my only reasoning why I can put him above. Is that justified? I mean, Gunther's cool. Yeah, he's always nice to us, and he's got a cool heart. He always gives us cool rewards too. Oh, and he gives us the sewer key, even though he could technically keep it himself. He's like, you know what, Jake, you deserve it. We'll go beta. Right. Gus. God, where the hell do I put Gus? I remember the first time playing, I actually hated Gus. I just never wanted to do it. And I think it's the fact that, like, look at his face. As rude as that sounds, look at him. I don't like the fact that all his dialogue is very repetitive in the sense. I know everyone has repeated dialogue. That is fine. However, it's the fact that he will, like when you go into the saloon at night, and he'll be like, "Hello, how can I get you anything? Hello, can I get you anything?" And like it doesn't change at all. Like most characters, it skips dialogue or always puts something new. For some reason, they just don't do that with Gus, which makes me not like him as much. I think he's worse than Gunther. Is Demetrius better than Gus? Probably. Is he better than the dwarf? Probably. Better than Grandad. But you know what? Gus might be a D tier character. I was tempted to put him near Gunther, but looking back at it, I'd rather talk to all three of these people except than Gus. Granted, Gus is nice, and I like his cutscene where he's like he comes to your farm and he's like stirring the pot. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I have to stir it every 5 minutes." He also gives us the jukebox, which is cool. Oh, and in the Alex cutscene, he's very sweet. Like plays the violin and everything. That's cool that he plays the violin, and he lets you have the room in the back. Yeah, you know what? He can be high C, low C. Sorry. I do think Granddad is better. Grandpa is better. Just because he actually gives you a farm. You know what? No, Grandpa can go above Dwarf. Dwarf doesn't give us that much. But yeah, that works. But yeah, Gus is better than no. Gus is probably better than the governor because he actually does stuff. And he gives you good recipes, I guess. And I guess if you're playing normally, you can buy stuff from Gus easily, like foods and stuff. That's all good. But yeah, I don't think he'll go any higher. Maybe higher than the dwarf. Highly doubt it though. Right, Haley. Now the problem I have with Haley is she's actually such a cow. Like straight up, she's just rude to you all the time. Even if you get your friendship all the way up and you give her like a gift she doesn't really like, she's like, "What a stupid gift!" Like imagine you come up with like obviously in real life you don't have a guide like Stardew. If you give someone a gift and they just go, "That is such a stupid gift. Why'd you give me that?" I'd be mortified. That'd be awful. Like, and that's so rude. But can I justify putting her below Gus? Is what I'm thinking. Because her cutscenes are what bring her back up. Me. Without her cutscenes, if I didn't know her, I would full on put her in an F tier. However, the cutscenes are very sweet. You know, like that one with the cows, the ones where she has a red room. She really likes photography, and I think it's cool that she actually has a passion. She's really rude. She's a brat. Yeah, exactly. Do I justify putting her in a detailer? I don't think she's that bad. I do think she could probably be around Gus. I don't think she's the worst person in the world. She's the rudest person in the world. I think it was funny though how I was like, oh, I hate Haley, and she was our best friend for a while in the game, in the Let's Play. But I'm tempted. I don't know. I don't think I can put her above. Oh, it's weird because I'd put her at like a D potentially. Also, I'd rather talk to Haley than Demetrius. But also, Demetrius is only rude to us at like the beginning. So is it worth? Who do we prefer, Grandad or Haley? Uh, Does Haley look right then? I feel like Haley should be higher. But I prefer Grandad over Haley. I think I'd rather talk to... I'd rather talk to Haley than Demetrius. This whole area is a bit off. I could put Demetrius here. Grandad's gonna end up here straight up. Granddad's better than Haley, yeah, and Demetrius. But then I think Haley's better than Demetrius. So that's why I've changed that around. Do I put Haley higher? I feel like Haley is a solid C character. She's not the best. Like, she's most certainly rude to you. But she redeems herself. I feel like without that, she would be a solid F or D. But because of her cutscenes, it brings her back up to a C. That's fine. We can leave that. Harvey, right. I think it's cool he likes planes. That's it. I got annoyed at Clint for closing at 4. The fact that he closes at 3 is actually abysmal. Like, I can't be bothered going in at 3. Like, before 3. Like, I've already done most of my activities by then. And then, like, by the time I get to his, it's closed. Definitely not A. Definitely not B. So he's also C. But where in C? I like Harvey, but he's so boring. Because he does nothing wrong to us, so I could put him in B. I could justify putting him at the very bottom of B. Just because he does nothing wrong to us. And, oh, I will say it's a bit weird that he, like, kind of creeps on Maru. In a sense. It's not as bad as Clint with Emily. But he's kind of like, oh, I wonder if I could take Maru to their dance. Bit weird. However, is he bad? The cutscenes that I do have with him, like, obviously with, like, the planes, that's kind of cool. It's interesting to know. And then, obviously, he has that one with... not Gus. Oh my god, why did I forget his name? George. Oh my god, wait. Yeah, his name's George. Yeah. I think the fact that his cutscene with George, and then he's kind of just like looking after George, and who else has a cutscene with Harvey? I suppose someone else does. But yeah. Them cutscenes are quite nice. Like, you can tell he actually cares about his job. I could put him in a B. Maybe above Gunther, actually. Yeah, I'll put him above Gunther. The points are cool. Very cool. Very cool. I should put him in S just for that. Goblin, I mean, I couldn't care less. He goes D. I mean, all he's like is, I want mayo. I mean, unfair. I respect that, but, you know. Does it do much for me? No, not really. No, Jazz. I really don't care about Jazz. I'm gonna be honest. Like, she does nothing of significance. And like at the beginning, she's such a pain to try and get friends with. Like, and she just goes like, "Hi." That's it. I kind of want to put her in a D. Oh my god, that sounded weird. Not again. But I, is she better than Gus? She's technically our least favorite on in game out of the main villagers. Somehow, I don't know how Clint's got 10 hearts of us, but yeah. Do I justify her going up to a C? Or do we leave her in D with the governor, the bouncer, and the goblin? That was a terrible tier. I don't know if she deserves D. I feel like she deserves C, if anything. I don't know. I kind of want to leave her there for now, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. Uh, where does she go? Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Screw it. We'll leave her at D. Jodi. Okay. I don't know. I like Jodi. I feel like she's got quite she threw away her life, which is a sad thing. And now she's left as a stay-at-home mom. She's always busy, and I mean I respect her. But I don't think she's the best character in the world. I'd happily put Jodi in a B tier. Um, yeah, I just feel sorry for her. I mean, she's had a stressful life. I know obviously Kent's gone to war. Like she was left alone with two kids, had to look after them. She's very stressed. She got married very early on, got busy. Got busy. You know. I feel sorry for her. I feel like she deserves a B. Does she? Who knows? I don't think she's a C. I do think she's better than B. I think she's very nice. However, I mean, she always goes on about working and moving around. And she values us in the community, which is something. Can't say that about everyone. So yeah, I think she deserves that, right? Hopefully. Yeah. You know what? B looks good on her. What? That just sounds dodgy. Um, right. Looking at this top five, this is just a bit whack. Kent. I think Kent's worse than Jodi. Like, that cutting we had yesterday where he's like getting mad at her. I mean, obviously he apologizes, but he doesn't. She didn't deserve that. Um, do I like Kent over Haley? Probably. I don't know. I feel bad for him. He's obviously been through a lot, but also kind of boring. And again, you've got to feel sorry for him. He's literally a shell of the man he used to be. But that still doesn't help his case because he's always sad. Which I mean, can you blame him? Not really. Yeah, I'd put him in C. I think Granddad's. I love how Granddad is literally the past mark. Like, would you talk to this person over your granddad? If so, then they're better. It's like no. I don't think Granddad even deserves C, but I mean the fact that he gives us a farm is something. I just think Kent, you miss out too much just not having a full year of him, and by the time you get into the game, you kind of forget Kent's there. When he gets added, you're like, oh, nice. Anyway, and just ignore him. I think Kent deserves a C. Unless, would I talk to him over Willy? I don't know. I feel like, do I prefer Jodi or Kent? On the latest time I played, I think I'd say I prefer Jodi, even though I give Kent like blueberries every day. Hmm. And that, I mean, I guess that's mainly just to get friendship up. So, you know. Is it valid? Probably not. Okay, right, yeah. Ken can stay there. Krobus. I think Krobus is very much the same as the dwarf. You can barely see him. Is Krobus better than the dwarf? Probably. Abigail has been wronged. Honestly, Jazz, people were telling me to move Abigail down to B. Um, I was gonna put her in very high A, maybe S. But yeah, a lot of people were telling me to move Abigail down. Krobus, I mean, he's very much like the dwarf. Do I do I think he's better than the dwarf? Mm, who do I prefer? I like the fact that the Krobus give you a star fruit. That's something. And obviously you have to actually find Krobus. That's cool. I didn't get. I thought that said I didn't get to know her property. Maybe I was like, oh, okay, interesting. You can go to her house. Probably, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, I don't think he's better. Is he better than Demetrius? Probably, actually. Nah, I feel like I have to put these two very close to each other. They're very much the same. Of I can't be bothered visiting either of them. And like they're both a pain to talk to, but when you do talk to them, they're nice enough. Um, you get to know Leah better be an S tier. I'm gonna throw. Did someone did James literally say the same thing about Maru being at least B? Oh no, James put if Maru isn't minimum B, I'm a throw fist. Fair enough. Krobus is better than Dwarf. Yeah, I think Krobus is better than Dwarf, but I mean, yeah, I don't think he's any like that much better. Um, Abigail's literally number 4. I mean, yeah, to be fair, above the whole Mulner family. I could actually argue Abigail being better than George, honestly, but I mean, we'll come back to it. Okay, Leah. I actually really like Leah. I'm gonna be honest. The only downside of Leah is the fact that you have to go to the woods, and half the time her cabin's locked. Very much the same as Elliott. So I already want to put her near B. I can give her an A just because, I like her cutscenes. I think it's interesting how she moved away from the city and, broke up with her boyfriend or girlfriend, depending on who you are. Which, I mean, to be fair, I think they should have just made Kelp gender neutral anyway, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. I actually like Leah. And I'm not just saying this because Sam told me to move her up to an S. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I've never had done a playthrough with Leah to know. Let me Google her cutscenes because I've done that with a few of the other ones. I think it's weird the fact that we pick her up in one of the cutscenes. I think it's the 8 heart cutscene, and then she's like, "Oh, it won't. I don't mind if my art fails or something." And it's like, "Oh, that's very random." But yeah, I mean, I like Leah. I think she's cool, and I think I like her outfit the best. I mean, her sprite looks cool. Her actual design, I mean, might a bit different, but we'll see. What's her 10 part event? Um, okay, apparently her ex-partner actually comes back in the 10 heart event, which is interesting. Oh, they have an argument. Oh, and you can punch the boyfriend or girlfriend in the face. Oh, and if not, she does. Oh, she's getting that. Oh, wait, I actually like that. That's actually badass. The fact that she literally punches her ex if you don't. Oh, and then you have a picnic elsewhere. Fair. That's cute. Um. Okay, what does Leah do? Wait. Oh, you paint a portrait of Marnie as your 12 heart event, not 14 heart event. Um. We love that. Oh, and you get some dodgy Marnie painting. That's actually kind of cute. Um. Right. I need to rearrange this. It's these three now. I mean, Emily, as bad as it sounds, she can be at the bottom of A tier. I mean, when all three of these the ones yesterday that were all like, "Oh, it'd be lovely living on a farm with you." I'd love that, and it's like, oh, interesting. Oh wait, no, I think it was Maru who said it. I don't think it was Emily, but yeah. It was just really random that all three of them said it after I got married as well. Oh no, Abigail's the one who just keeps asking me to feel a dress, which I mean I feel like is very dodgy in itself. Let's read chat a bit. What did she do? Nothing. That's the problem. Damn, some women have to have utility to have value. Wow. Has to has to have a wheelchair to be higher up. Yeah, George is S tier for having a wheelchair. If you punch the X, she will judge you. Oh, fair. Oh, so she judges you for punching the X, but if you don't punch the X, Leah punches the X instead. Okay, that's fair. I like that. I do. You know what? That sold me on at least moving above there. Do I think she's better than George? You know what? Actually, yeah. I'd say Leah's better than George. Like, I mean, again, we're going back to it. Leah's never rude to you. George is. Same with Abigail. I mean, let's be honest, Alex is rude to you as well. But, I mean, Alex is more just like, oh, what's your name again? I can't remember you. Leah is always nice to you. And, like, I mean, I will say, it's so easy to give Leah, like, gifts because you can just give her a blueberry. Like, the amount of times I've given her, who is it? Her, Lewis, Kent, and was it Penny? I just give them 4 like blueberries and they're all just like, this is amazing, thank you. She's a queeness all the way. She fights her own battles and goes on nice walks. That's true. I mean, to be fair, I like the fact that both Abigail and Leah can defend themselves. That's cool. Obviously, I mean, you know what, they can all do their own thing, but like, they're two of the more mature. I mean, I think it was Paloma said that Abigail's a bit childish. I thought Abigail was pretty mature. I mean, obviously, fights with her parents all the time, but I feel like Abigail's pretty like, she wants to learn, which is something. I feel like Leah, yeah. I can put Leah in my top 3 for now. Do I justify S tier? I'll leave her at very top of A for now. We can rejig. But you know what, Sam, you sold me on Leah. George is always there for me. I may not have locked it. Oh my god, James. I may have locked his breaks, but that's not the point. Abigail is bougie. I mean, yeah, Abigail has a Ouija board though, which is creepy, and I don't like that. Ouija board just to tell me that she has feelings for me. The gifts, yeah. To be fair, out of the 5 here, Alex is actually the worst one to get gifts for because there's things that he likes are complete dinner and no complete breakfast and salmon dinner. Evelyn, you can just give like, I think Evelyn and Leah both like just like diamonds. Like Evelyn likes cake, I think, chocolate cake. Leah likes just fruits. George likes hot pepper. No, George likes leeks, which is quite easy to come by. And Abigail likes amethyst, which I mean amethyst isn't too bad. Oh yeah. And Leah likes goat's cheese, which I mean once you get goats, that's so easy to make. Goth Beach. Yeah, to be fair, I mean so far that being the top 5, I mean that's valid. I feel. Lewis, right? Where does Lewis go? I actively don't like talking to Lewis, but he is the mayor of the village. I like his relationship with Marnie, but do I like him as a person? He's very much as a brown nose. Like when the governor comes, he's like very much like, no, this needs to be perfect, otherwise our reputation's ruined. I mean, he's kind of a douche sometimes. Like with Sam with the skateboard incident. I was just trying to think. Is there anything that I like about Lewis to outweigh the negatives? Because there are quite a lot of negatives with Lewis. I mean, I think he's very mid. Do I prefer him over Haley? Probably. I prefer him over Kent. I'd probably talk to Kent more than Lewis. He's not a D tier, I don't think. Even though he's not exactly the best character in the world. Do I justify putting... Nah, you know what? Lewis can stay near Kent for now. Or, okay, the debate is Kent or Lewis right now. I mean, they're not really comparable, but I just can't decide between the two which one I'd prefer. I think I prefer talking to Kent and just throwing a blueberry at Kent's way. If I had a blueberry and I could give it to either one, and I only one left, which we know is highly improbable because I always have like 900 on me. But yeah, given the situation, I would probably give Kent the blueberry, which means Lewis, I guess, by default is lower than Kent. I don't know, I feel like he can be a bit of a douche, but I mean, I prefer him over Haley and I prefer him over Demetrius, I think. So, we'll go with that. Linus. I mean, I actually think Linus is A tier. Do I think he's S tier? Could I justify putting Linus S tier? Linus is another one of these where they're always nice to you no matter what. And like they always vibe. So easy to give gifts. Basically same as Leah. You can just throw a blueberry out and they will love it. I will say, I have heard that apparently if you kick a bin near Linus, which apparently only happens on like the only time he's near a bin is on Wednesday, no, on winter 15th or something, when he goes to the night market. But yeah, you kick the bin and he's happy about it. Every other person gets annoyed at you and is like, ew, that's disgusting. Linus actually encourages it, which I think is great. I think that's a nice little detail, and it would be weird if he didn't judge you. Yeah, I like the fact that he chooses his lifestyle as well. Like, he's not just homeless for the sake of it and doesn't, like, hang off of other people. He's just actually chosen that way of life, and I respect that, you know? Do I think he's better than Leah? I will say, I think Leah and Linus are very much level for me. I'm not gonna lie. The only difference is you can get with Leah. You know what? I will say, going back to, I do like the fact that Leah can fight around battles. I think like Linus might be a bit of a pushover. I do like the cutscene where he's just chilling in the pool naked, in the lake naked. I think that's a vibe. But yeah, he's gone through a lot. He deserves at least an A, right? We'll give it to Linus. Linus deserves better on this list that literally has no value whatsoever to these AI. Yeah. A will do. His name Marlon. Oops. He's better. Okay, he's better than his friend Gil. That's fine. We knew that. He's quite cool, actually. I think I prefer him over Lewis with old men, but like, he's actually quite nice to us. And he looks cool. Like, you know when you like see him hanging out, you know. I think he's a vibe. Do I think he's better than Kent and Grandpa? I don't know. Marlon's a streak. I remember you saying that, and this image specifically makes him look more like a stray cat. I do like Marlon, I think. I think I am actually going to put him to beta. He's very much like Gunther. Like, he doesn't do anything for... Oh, he doesn't do anything for you. I've just realised. I remember. I don't like the fact that he's open from 2 to 10. I think that's such stupid hours. But, I mean, you know, that's a little thing. He's definitely better than his buddy Gil. So we'll put him there for now. Huey. Is he better than Grandpa? I don't know. I like him. So I'll leave him there. Marnie. Right, here's the thing. I think Marnie is so mid. But she's definitely better than Lewis. Is she better than Grandpa? We could put them together. So they can be together in some situation. Marnie kind of annoys me. I think it's weird how she calls me Mr. Jake. Okay, I'm trying to like compare between characters. Like, would I prefer talking to Jodi or Marnie? I I feel like I talk to her more, but also it annoys me that Marnie never works Mondays or Tuesdays. Like, for some reason, that really annoys me because you start off the week and you're like, right, I'm gonna get a chicken, and then you have to wait like 3 days to get one just because Marnie's busy doing exercise or just being lazy. So, I mean, that's annoying. Do I think she's better than Jodi? Hmm. I feel like her relationship with Lewis is more interesting than Jodi's relationship with Kent. So I'll put her there for now. Yeah. I mean, Kent and Jodi, Lewis and Marnie. Uh, if I put it this way, I'm just admitting that Jodi and Kent are a better relationship than Lewis and Marnie. Do I agree with that statement? No. What? Who do I prefer? I I don't know. I think it's between these two. I think these two are very similar for me. Jodi, Marnie, Jodi, Marnie. We'll put Marnie. We'll do that for now. We'll leave it at that for consistency purposes. Maru. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Maru really just doesn't do it for me, but she's nice. She nearly kills you by electrocuting you. Um, I will say I think she's better than Jodi. No, but she's also better than Harvey. Why is Harvey this far up? No, that's unfair to say. I think she's better than Harvey. I'm surprised Caroline's still this far up. I'm not gonna lie. Right. Maru. She's definitely better than Ken, and I'd rather talk to her than Jodi. Actually, would I? Maru definitely falls somewhere here. Definitely before Marlon. Definitely after Elliott. I personally prefer Caroline. And I feel like I prefer her over Harvey. Don't be mean to Maru Bay. I mean, I feel like that's a fair placement, right? Like, I feel like her and Harvey are very similar, and I prefer Maru. And Caroline's great. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, B-tier works. We'll go for that. Oh. Okay. Morris. This a douchebag of a guy. He's definitely worse than Gil. I don't think there's a discussion for this. He's actually just such a scumbag. And spoilers, we don't like Pierre. But we don't like Morris either. It's like literally picking between two evils. No one likes either party, but you have to root for Pierre because he's quote unquote for the town. Like, and Morris just wants to overthrow everything. So, I don't know. I feel like he deserves just the very bottom. Like, at least Gil is just boring and rude. This guy is just a douchebag all the time. And like he acts so smarmy about it, and I will say, one of the best parts of completing the community center is seeing his smug face get wiped, and like his whole face just looks stupid as he gets kicked out and shunned away. Yeah, I'd say he's a solid F tier. The fact that she's below Beach Bum is insulting. Is Beach Bum Elliott? Because I think Elliott's better than Caroline, and I think Caroline's better than Maru. Just saying. So I think by default I have to put in that order. The only way I put Elliott, Maru above Elliott is if Elliott goes here. And I just don't think that looks right. I think Elliott's a solid beta. Okay, right. Mr.Qi, I don't like him. I don't know. Something about him. He almost feels like Morris, just in the sense of he thinks he's all that. But at least he backs it up. In a sense. However, the amount of missions he makes us do for no reason is actually alarming. Like, he makes us do so much stupid stuff. And for what? For power, I guess. He also runs a gambling club, which, I mean, you know what? That's actually quite cool. You know what? He does more than all of these guys. He's slowly moving up, which is scary. I think he's better than Jazz. He definitely has way more character than Jazz. Does he do much, though? I don't know. Am I just putting him up there because I don't like any of these guys? I could solidly say these six I just don't care for. I don't know. I feel like he deserves. No, I lied. He can go bottom of D. I don't think he's that special, and he doesn't do much. He's just there to be like, "Wow, congrats, you did it. Well done." So, I think that's all good, right? Pam. We'll move on to her. Right. I know people don't like Pam. I actually. Oh wait, we've clicked on the thing. I. I don't know. I kind of like Pam. And like, I mean, I will say, this playthrough, for some reason, Pam was not our friend. But I think it's because I didn't give her a birthday present, which means that's on me. I'd rather talk to Pam than Jodi. Harvey's better than Pam, I feel like, overall. You know what? I will say she treats Penny like crap. Who's up next? Because the fact that she treats a door like crap push her down to C. Like, she definitely has a drinking problem. Everyone knows that. I will say, when you buy her a house as well, she's very grateful. I'm happy putting her at B. I feel like between Jodi and Gunther, is she better than Gunther? Yeah, is she? Do I like Pam that much? I'm trying to think. This is really hard. um, Maru, Harvey, Pam. It'd be great if I had my actual list to compare, but you know what? This is fine. We'll leave Pam for there. For now. Penny, I actually think she's so mid. It's unreal. She really adds nothing. Straight up. Ken has more going on with him. Is she better than Haley? I'd rather talk to Penny than Haley. I think Lewis is more interesting than her. I feel like I prefer her. I prefer her than Demetrius, so that's something. Haley and Penny. Haley and Penny. You know what? Actually, let's put Lewis down there for a sec. Ken. I'd pick Ken over Penny. I'd pick Penny over Haley. I'd pick Haley over Lewis now. Yeah, that's valid. Lewis is slowly going down for me. Yeah, we'll put Lewis there. That works. Pierre, absolutely not. You can go here. You're probably worse than Clint, honestly. Right, I don't know. Something about this scummy man. At every event, he feels, oh yes, I will sell as much money as possible and make a profit. You know, at the Lao, where he's like, oh, I hope I can bribe the governor into making me avoid tax. Like, no, you can't, dude. That's not how it works. Yeah, he's actually a douche. I don't like Pierre in any way. Do I think he's the worst character in the world? I could argue it. But yeah, is it worth putting him any higher? Probably not. Is he worse than Clint? Yes, actually. I think Pierre is worse than Clint. The fact that when you build the community center and he goes on this massive speech as if he's done something, like, no, you haven't. We've done the stuff. You've done nothing. And he like claims it as if like, oh, let's bring the town back together. No, honey, it was us. You've done nothing. And he makes us feel like he's doing us a favor by like, doing all of these things. Where he's just a bit scummy and sleazy. He's like no better than Morris, really. You know what? I could just put them together for the sake of putting them together. Yeah, you know what? Actually, they deserve each other. Sure, they got that. Screw you, Pierre. I could just put them. No. There's a whole video about why Pierre's like the worst Stardew character as well, which is pretty funny. Which I'd recommend. Robin. I like Robin. Is she boring? Yes, ish. But she does a lot for us. Yeah, she's the main reason why we have farm buildings. Um, her, her marriage is cute, and I mean, obviously, she has Sebastian as a son, which for Blur, that's brownie points. I like Robin. I feel like she can be quite boring, but at the same time, I thought Emily was boring sometimes, and I've put Emily in an A tier. You know what's funny? I've said that all three of these are boring. All four of these are boring. Yeah, they're all A to B tier. That should be fine, right? Robin, does she add much? No. But at least she gives us farm upgrades. I will say it annoys me every time you try and talk to her on the farm and she's like, be patient. It's like, I just wanted to have a chat, you know? But that's fine. I don't know. we'll leave it there for now. Sam. I like Sam. Do I justify putting Sam up here? Probably not. I mean, Sam's very childish. Let's be honest. Like, very childish. But I would prefer talking to Sam than Abigail, I think. Would I? Actually, would I? Oh. Huh. Mhm. I really don't know. He's so childish. Does he deserve top three? Probably not. I feel like Leah, Linus, and George all have better stories than him, and Abigail does more than him. I do like the fact that he has a band. That's cool. I will say his 10 heart scene is very cute when he sneaks you into the bedroom. And then he like sneaks you. I think he sneaks you in and hides you from Jodi, and then you like kind of like kiss under the sheets. That is adorable. I think that's very sweet. Um, and then he doesn't need to like a kids TV show like theme song or something. That's sweet. Um, I'll put him above Abigail. I think I prefer Sam over Abigail. Um, yeah, let's go with it. Sandy. Who? I can't. I feel like I can't put D tier. She's nice. She just doesn't do anything. The main thing is she's very much like these three in the sense of it's just so annoying to get to her. It's like there's no point of talking to her. It's very easy to give her gifts because she just likes daffodils. But I mean, is anyone going out of their way to the desert every day just to give her a daffodil? Probably not. I mean, that's all good. I mean, do I think she's better? You know, she is probably better than Krobus. No, that's disrespectful to Krobus. Lewis has moved from here to here very swiftly. No, I just the more I think about it, do I just not like I could move both of these down to the D tier. Yeah, we'll come back to it. Okay, Sebastian. Um, Blair would want me to do this. Do I agree with that? Hmm. Right. I've never fully played Sebastian's cutscenes. However, I get that he's all misunderstood. That's fair. I also like the frog aspect of Sebastian. I think that's very cute. um, he takes you on a romantic ride on his motorcycle as well, which is very sweet. What else does he do? Let me Google quickly. How do I look at this guy? His Dungeon and Dragons seems cute, and I mean, oh, when he puts you the umbrella up on that rainy dock, and then you get under it, that is absolutely adorable. I love that one actually. That's very sweet. Yeah, he takes you to a motorcycle ride. Um, and then I will say I don't like the fact he smokes, but I mean he's cool. I mean, and confesses his love under a bloody like full moon essentially. Um, what does he do on his? Oh wait, the 14 heart scene is about the frogs. Aw, that's cute. Oh, you get to keep the frog. Oh, that's cute. Okay, that's fine. Right. If that's the case, I'm actually. I think he's better than Linus. Is he better than Leah? I would prefer Torga to Sebastian, which makes me want. Hmm. I don't think I could put Leah in Esther. I'll put Leah in A for now. You know what? I'll actually keep Sebastian and Esther. Shane. The more, I mean, I said it yesterday. The more I talk to Shane, the more I like Shane. But is he that high up? I think his main problem is that fact he's so rude to you at the beginning, like actually alarmingly rude. And it's very dark what he goes through. Like, alarmingly dark. However, does that justify me putting him that high by the fact that he redeems himself? I think the fact that he has an actual redeeming arc throughout the time you get to know him does boost him a bit. Definitely over Robin. I'd rather talk to Shane than Emily and Abigail. And I'd feel. You know what? Let's do this. So I'm gonna go under Abigail. And go there. Shane's probably better. Shane and George are very similar to me. They're very rude, but you get to know them and they brighten up a bit. And you know what? Shane can go above Linus too. I do like the fact that Shane redeems himself in the end and like gets better and healthier. Right. Does he deserve top 5? I feel like the more we've played it, the more he does deserve. So I will leave it for now. Will he move? Probably. But it's all good. Okay, Vincent. Vincent's better than Jazz. I think we all knew that. That's all good. Do I oh wait, as I put him in F. Do I think he's the best character in the world? No. He's annoying. But not definitely not as bad as Jazz. You know what, actually, I take everything back. Jazz, I feel like, deserves C tier. And goes there under Vincent. I think Gus is worse. Gus can move down to D tier. Actually. I do like his scene. But I think we'll leave Gus in D. But Jazz up to C. I think Jazz is probably better. We'll see how it goes. We'll probably move that around. Willy, I like Willy. I think Willy's a solid 8, right? Like, is he better than all of these people? Well, he's nice to us. He's probably out of excluding these two, actually, and Sebastian, I guess. He's just as nice to us than these guys. I like the fact that he saves Leo. That is quite sweet. Um, I think he's better than Robin. He's better than Emily, probably. Is he better than Sam? You know what? Yeah, maybe. Maybe Abigail's better than Willy. I'd rather talk to Abigail. You know what? Where does Linus go? I like Linus, but he's one of them ones that you can just move down anywhere and it kind of works. I kind of want to do that. Yeah, I'd rather talk to Willy than Linus. And Abigail more than Willy, so that works. And the wizard. I mean, we technically have Leo and I think, yeah, the inspector on the island. And also Birdie is the name, apparently. I mean, I'll be honest. Birdie and the inspector are both down here. I could not care for them. They're probably both like here. Between the bouncer and the goblin. They're probably both better than the goblin. Both worse than the inspector. No, bouncer. And then Leo, I will say Leo is alright. I like Leo. He'd probably be top C. That's fine. Wizard. Where does Wizard go? I don't like the fact that he dismisses you all the time. Like, get away. Go away. I'm done with you now. I've done talking. But also the fact that, he's pretty chill. I think his main problem is the fact that he's out in the middle of nowhere. I kind of want to put him low B. Is he better than Marlon? Let's see how it goes. I don't know. I like the wizard, I guess. I really don't know. Where does the wizard fit into all of this? I think the more I've played, the more I like the wizard, and I like the fact that he gives you all of these like teleporters and stuff. And I think his cutscene with, well, I say the cutscene, his backstory with, like the witch and all that is quite sweet. Oh, you know what? Because of that, he'll definitely go above Marlon because Marlon does not have anything to go off of. But yeah, is he better than Marnie? I think he's more interesting than Marnie and Jodi actually. Maybe that. Huh. Okay, right. Well, now time to reorganize. So we'll start from the bottom. Oh no, I'm gonna have to go through it again. It's gonna be another hour. It shouldn't be too bad. Morris, definitely the worst one. Was Pierre the worst one? This whole bottom tier could probably be rearranged. I want to say Pierre is not the worst in the sense of at least he gives you stuff. Actually, Morris technically gives you stuff. It's just you kind of like fall into capitalism if you follow Morris. Which I mean, do we really want to do that? Morris can stay at the bottom. So can Pierre. Gil. I can't justify putting Gil any higher than Clint. I think Clint's annoying, but Clint didn't do anything that bad. He's just depressed all the time. Yeah, Clint can stay in F tier. I was gonna rank him up. These guys, I have nothing to say about them. Mr.Qi is probably the best one out of them. And then Gus. He's very much on the same vein of like, if Gus wasn't a playable character and he was just a barman, wouldn't make a difference to me. Literally wouldn't. Like, does he have cutscene? Oh, I guess he has the cutscene with Pam where he's running out of money. But I mean, you know, is that it? Except the board missions you do. I don't know. I think Gus is fine in D. Fine in D. Jazz and Vincent. I mean, Vincent's definitely better than Jazz. Does that make a difference? Probably not. I feel like Jazz can stay down though. And then Vincent. Do I think Vincent's better than Lewis? Probably. Do I prefer talking to Vincent than Jazz? Of course. Lewis. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like the kids just both very annoying, quite frankly. Lewis and Sandy. I I know I just moved Lewis all the way down from here, but I mean I could justify putting Sandy below Lewis, like cause she doesn't do much either. Kind of just exists, right? Right. um. Yeah, and then she's kind of a pain to get to. um. Lewis. Where the hell should I put you? I really don't know. Um. Yeah, you know what? We'll keep him there. I think Krobus and Dwarf I'd rather speak to than Lewis, like by choice. Krobus and Dwarf that can stay there. Demetrius, do I think he's better than Haley and Penny? Probably not. That's everything here so far is fine. I think my first thing is Haley. Do I keep Haley down here? I could justify moving her to the low end of B, maybe top of A. C. Oh my god, not top of A. I don't know. I feel like overall, looking at it from here, the list doesn't look bad, but I'm gonna have to look further into A and B because A and B is gonna be where most of the problems are. Penny, does she deserve C? Probably not. I feel like she deserves higher than Pam, but I also think Pam is a solid character. I will say, the more I think about Pam, the more I want to move her down. I'm gonna move Pam here. Oh. I think the woman who nearly like lost everything is worse than the person who's always drunk all the time. Probably not. But then, do I really want to put Jodi above Pam? Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I mean, Kent and Grandpa can stay there. I mean, I will say, anyone down here I don't care too much about. I mean, Grandpa could go B. He is the reason why we bought the farm, I guess. Like, I know at the end of the gameplay, he has a nice moment with you. Marlon, you're kind of just there, but in a good way. You're very much like Gunther. Is it Gunther or Gunther? Anyway. Marnie, Jodi, and Pam are very much in the same vein for me at the moment. Who's better? Marnie. I don't know. I feel like Jodi's the most boring actually, but Marnie annoys me the most, which means I want to put Pam at the top of them three. Um, Pam, Marnie, Jodi. You know what? I'm fine with that. The Wizard and Gunther. Wizard, Gunther, and Harvey next. That's like our next bracket. I don't know. Do I like them? I'd rather. Who would I rather talk? If Gunther was a playable character, I'd put him above Harvey. I think because Harvey is playable and they remind me like of some. They are kind of equal to me. I will put Harvey ahead. Wizard. The Wizard go above Harvey? No. I'll leave the Wizard there. I think that's a good place for the Wizard. Maybe even below Pam. No. Maybe. Leave him there. Harvey. Maru. You know what? We actually haven't changed that much here, except Lewis, I think. Maru. Games kill me. If I put Maru here, who do I prefer talking to? Maru or Harvey? Maru or Harvey? Ah. We'll leave you there. That'll do. Caroline. I'm surprised Caroline's this high up. However, I mean, it doesn't shock me because she's weird. Nah, to be fair, yeah, I don't know if Caroline deserves to be this high up. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She nearly breaks the top 10 characters. Saying that, I'd rather talk to Caroline than Harvey, Maru, Wizard, Pam, Marnie. Actually, no, I can't just. I'm trying to say any of these that I'd rather talk to than Caroline. I don't actually like these guys down. I don't like these guys down here, really. Well, except the governor. I think the governor could actually move up. Like, I don't care for him. I just don't like these guys. Gus, same thing. Children are annoying, but I mean, they're not bad. I could move them to a D tier, actually. Sandy's kind of nothing. Lewis is a douche sometimes. These guys, nothing. These guys are all mid for me. I'd rather not talk to them if I don't have the chance. Actually, that's a bit rude. I feel like Kent could go here. No, well, you know, I take it back. Kent can stay there. And, no. I think I'd rather talk to all of these people less than Caroline. I feel like Caroline I'd actually pick to talk to. Harvey, maybe. No, Maru, maybe. Maru goes above that. I've just changed it back to what I had before. That's fine. Elliott. Do I move Elliott to A tier? I kind of want to do that, actually. You know what? Actually, Elliott can move down. And I think that's more because I would rather talk to Caroline more than Elliott. But then I actually think, looking at it from a further perspective, they're both creative. Elliott and Maru. I mean, Maru does try and kill you essentially. I don't know. It's only like little details at this point. I mean, I think Maru's very mid. She's not my favorite, but she's cool. Can't complain too much. Yeah, and unfortunately for James, that does mean Beach Bum is above Maru, but now she's even more just below. That's fine. Okay, that's okay. You know what? I'm gonna move these to B tier, even though they don't deserve it really. Just because then we have a top 10 here. And can I justify this being our top 10? I feel like I'm actually gonna move Sam up. God. I don't know. I feel bad for Emily and Robin because they're both really sweet. Like, they're boring. I think that's the main thing. Looking at our top 10. Is Alex actually number one? realistically speaking, probably not. But I mean, like, who would I talk to the most often is Alex. That's why he's that high up, and I do like his backstory and his edginess. Evelyn's just sweet, and Sebastian's cool. I actually really like his cutscenes. Maybe I should have done a playthrough. Yeah. I think that's solid top three at least. Leah maybe breaks that. No. Maybe. I think Shane was never my favorite until like just playing this playthrough, and it's kind of made me appreciate Sebastian. No, not Sebastian. Made me appreciate Shane properly going through and seeing his growth, especially playing it all in one go. I'm tempted to make a top five with Leah and Shane. You know what? I am now at peace with putting Emily and Robin below as well. That's fine. We can do that. Linus, you deserve top 10. I think it's funny that I said Emily was annoying and she's just missed the top 10, which really says a lot about everyone else. Okay, we'll revisit the top 10. I think everything else down here. Does that make sense? Will we? I kind of want to move Caroline there. They're both. Can I be honest? All six of these, they don't have anything interesting to me. I think, yeah, that's what separates this. These guys have something going for them, all of them, I feel. These guys do not, which is why they miss out on the top 10. And then everyone else below, it's either they don't matter or they just significantly less impressive in certain situations. Like Alex, we've already talked about his backstory. Evelyn's just honestly so sweet, and she's lost so much. I mean, basically a husband and her daughter. Like, come on. Sebastian, I mean, he's like, is he depressed? He just has, I know he has anxiety for sure. But, he opens up to you, he takes you out on his motorcycle. That's really cool and sweet. Leah, she's actually, the more I think about it, Leah's a badass. I just, it's annoying getting to her. Same with Sebastian. Shane, I mean, his backstory is even worse than Alex's in the sense of, he goes through so much and then actually overcomes it. And I think it's good that we actually see him overcome it. That's fine. George, he deserves sixth. I could justify putting Abigail and Sam above. Yeah, could I? I don't know. Is Abigail that good? I think it's cool that she actually kills someone for you. Well, I say someone, a monster for you. I think that's badass. So she puts similar to Leah. Uh, ooh, ooh, ooh. I honestly might move Emily to the top 10 and move Linus down, but also, like I said, all 10 of these have something going for them. Like Abigail, actually, does Abigail have something going on for them? Abigail and Sam, actually. I could move down. I know I've just moved them back up. I mean, top 5 definitely, they all have something. Abigail, I mean, I think it's cool that she's a gamer and she likes adventuring. Sam, as childish as he is, I think it is quite refreshing. And like, he is very sweet. And I like the fact that he has a band. George, I mean, I feel bad for obviously his legs. He used to do all these things before, and literally his life got taken away from him because he got blown up in a mine. He didn't get compensation. Just screwed over. I mean, I feel bad for him in that situation. Willy's just all around nice. And like obviously he does ginger ale and stuff. He has a lot of fishing experience. That's cool. And he saves Leo. Oh, just yeah. By the way, Leo would probably go C at this point. I think looking at this, B or C. He'd probably just below Grandpa actually. And then Linus. I mean, he's just sweet. Everyone loves Linus. Yeah. Do I leave it there? I think I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, you know what? That'll be fine. How long was that? Okay.
100 minutes ranking characters on Stardew Valley. Jesus Christ. And how many are there? 5, 10, 15, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 3, 55, 38, 42. So 42 characters there, and then we have 3 more technically. Birdie and the Inspector would probably go D, like between Bouncer and Dwarf. And then Leo would probably go bottom B. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Yeah, that's all good. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will leave it there just because I can't be bothered anymore. My head's fried looking at Stardew characters. Yeah. Make sure if you're new, like, comment, and subscribe as usual. Liking the stream actually helps with the algorithms. That's great if you can do that. And obviously subscribing helps with numbers and stuff and push the channel out there. Make sure you share my channel and all that as well with all your friends and all that if you want to, and join the Discord as well. Yeah, apart from that, I will hopefully see you all soon with an actual gameplay of Stardew tomorrow. Granted, it's going to be very busy in the next few days, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you for joining. I will hopefully see you all in the next one.